you will get A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. Please make sure your line is it in the perfect form. There is not any kind of the interpretation is there. Hello everyone, welcome back to LN Overseas. Let's continue our special series. In this series, we will cover 45 important topics in 45 days. And the topic distributions are 15 in physics, 15 in chemistry and 15 in maths. I am going to cover this section here, maths. So without wasting too much time, let's start our today's topic. And our today's topic is from the 3D, which is the angle between of two lines. Today we are going to cover two important topics. One is the angle between of two lines. Another one is the distance between of two skew line. Right? So today's session will going to be very interesting now. So the first one, the angle between of two lines. How it is, how we can find. It's quite easy, not a big deal. For example, we have the two lines. And here I am just going to conclude behalf of the Cartesian form. I am going to write two Cartesian form. That is like the first one we have x minus x1 upon a1, y minus y1 upon b1, z minus z1 upon c1. Proper form, right? Similarly the L2. For example, the two lines we have. Now the target is how to find the angle between of these two lines. This is the simple task we need to perform here. So here what we can do, simple, we know the angle between of two vector, we know that is d1 dot d2 upon mod d1 mod d2 we can say. And here I am going to take help from that one concept. That one was cos theta, we have d1 dot d2, both are the vector, right, upon mod d1 mod d2. Simple thing I am just going to do here. So here, first of all, I am just going to write the d, vector d, actually it is what? dy I have written there because it represents the direction of each individual lines. This line, if I just want to write the direction vector for this, so I can say it is a1i, b1j and then c1k. Similarly for this, I can say it is a2i, b2j, c2k. Simple thing, right? Everything we have actually going to talk about for this. So, I'm just going to write in the direct way. Both are d1 and d2 we have. Now the cos theta, I'm just going to write d1 dot d2 upon mod d1 mod d2. And this is my concept, right? This is the reason and the result will going to be collect from here. That is something like cos theta is equal to, we will get a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2, y dot product of between of these two. You will get a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. And in the denominator, mod of d1 mod of d2, that means square root of a1 square, b1 square, c1 square, as well as square root of a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. So this is the simple task we need to proceed here, and this is the final formula we need to apply in our main question. This is going to be very easy. For this is for direction ratio. But what about when we have direction cosine? There is not big changes because direction cosine usually we will say in terms of L1, M1 and N1. Kind of the things will be here. Yes, so that's why the cos theta you will get L1 N2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. Reason again the same. Same thing again you need to perform, right? But at the end I recommend always to use your formula directly because in the JEE they will not ask you to prove your formula like this. But yes, this is for only the knowledge point of view. I am just telling you for the concept clarity. Right? So now the cos theta you can easily find, for example, L1 N2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2, and in the denominator the square root of L1 square, M1 square, N1 square, you will get 1, square root of L2 square, M2 square, N2 square, you will get 1. That's why I am not writing here. I don't want to waste our time, right? So this is your cos theta. Now here also we need to see some result. That is what what happened when your two lines are perpendicular, when your both the lines are parallel. So these are the two cases also we need to talk about them. Right? So the first one, for example, when the two lines are perpendicular, then in that case your theta would be 90 degree, and as we all know cos 90 will be 0. If your cos 90 is 0, so you can easily put here the cos 90, so you will get what? Here is 0. Now do the cross multiplication. Result you will get what? a1 e2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 is equal to 0. This is the simple result you will get. The same thing and the same result you can proceed in terms of the direction cosine that we have is cos theta is equal to this. So here also you can put theta is equal to 90 degree. You will get again 0, and the result L1 N2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2, again you will get 0, right? So that's why if your theta is 90 degrees, so you can remember these two results. Like you can easily directly apply this thing. What happens when both the lines are parallel? If your two lines are parallel, then in that case the ratio of their direction ratio must be same as well as the direction cosine, right? So this is the simple thing you need to remember. So now let's apply our concept in one previous year question, and the question is very easy. This is, I'm just going to talk about from 2018 April attempts, right? So the question is, if the angle between the lines x upon 2, y upon 2, z upon 1, so the two lines we have, right, this and this, now their angle is also given us, that is cos inverse 2 upon 3. The cos inverse 2 upon 3 is the angle, so that means you can say let here actually theta, that means theta, we have cos inverse 2 upon 3. So you can easily say the cos theta, that would be 2 upon 3. This is your cos theta, simple thing. Now here further again just we need to apply your formula, but before applying the formula, please make sure your line is it in the perfect form. Perfect form means what? It should be x minus x1 upon a1, y minus y1 upon b, z minus z1 upon c1, kind of the things are there. If it is, then and only we can apply. But here you can observe this is in the perfect form, we don't have any kind of the problem, but this is not in the perfect form. So here we need to make some changes, and this is very easy. This line you can write after multiplying with the negative sign, you will get x minus 5 upon 2. Here you can take 7 as a common from the numerator, then you can write y minus 2 and in the denominator p upon 7. Similarly here also you can say z minus 3 upon 4, no changes are there. So this is your second line will work, and the first line is this. Here again I just want to conclude D1 and D2. D1 means direction ratios of your first line and D2 direction ratio for your second line, and I would like to write in the vector form, right? So that would be very easy, but it's better if you are going to apply directly the formula, so it's better to see like A1, B1, C1 is there, A2, B2, C2 is there. Save your time in your exam as much as you can. Simple thing, need to remember, right? So here this is your A1, B1, C1. This is your A2, B2 and C2, right? Now the formula is simple, that is cos theta is equal to A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2, right? So I'm just going to apply my formula, and you will get 2 into 2 A1 A2 plus B1 B2, that means 2 into P upon 7 plus C1 C2, that means 1 into 4. And in the denominator, as we all know, square root of A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square means A1 square is 4, B1 square is 4, C1 square is 1 into A2 square 4, B2 square, P square upon 49 and 16. Simple. So as we all know, the cos theta we have 2 upon 3, right? So it's better to put directly the value here. So the cos theta we have 2 upon 3, and in the RHS we have 4, and this is 2p by 7 and this is 4. So the 4 plus 4 you can say is 8, 2p upon 7, and in the denominator we have here 9, so you can say it is 3 after getting the square root, and this is like 4 plus 16, that is 20 plus p square upon 49. Now here 3 will get cancelled. Here also you can get cancel something from 2, then you will get after doing the cross multiplication, that is 20 plus 20 plus p square upon 49 is equal to, this is like 4 plus p upon 7 after getting some cancellation here, right? Now here this is in the root, so it's better to take squaring on both sides. After getting the squaring here, you will get 20 plus p square upon 49 is equal to squaring of this thing a square plus b square plus 2ab, that is 8p upon 7. So this will be cancelled. So this would be cancelled. 20 minus 16 you will get 4, that is equal to 8p upon 7, and after doing some cancellation you will get the final value of p, which is 7 upon 2. So this is your final answer. Now check in which option it is. It is in option number D. So option number D would be the correct answer. So this is the simple thing you can easily follow in your exam, right? So now one more concept I would like to talk about, that is the distance between of two skew line. So for that one, first of all, we should have an idea about what is skew line, right? So the skew line, non-parallel, non-intersecting line are called skew line. Very basic and very easy definition. Those lines which are not parallel, not intersecting are known as skew line. So now the question is, sir, how we can find the distance between of those lines? To find the distance, we just need to find the projection of that particular portion. But I just want to talk about that one because this is the reason, this is the story. But here, for the JEE Mains point of view, just you need to remember the formula. They will not ask you to prove this thing, how we are getting this thing. And the formula is getting very easy. How to find? Again, let's say we have the two line. Now this time I'm just going to take the vector form. Vector form, we have r1 plus lambda u and r2 plus lambda mu v. These are the two lines we have in the vector form, right? Now, the shortest distance, how we can find? So, shortest distance you can easily find while taking this formula r2 minus r1 upon u cross v and vector u cross vector v, right? Here, this r2 and r1 is also vector. I'm just going to talk about. So, r2 minus r1, you just need to follow this thing. Here, what we should do? r2 and r1, the points through which your line is passing, and this is vector u and vector v through your line actually in the direction. So just we need to follow this thing, you will get the answer. So we have one question also you can apply in this. This is very easy, right? So the question is from 2016 again we have, right? So the question from 2016 again we have from the April attempt. So again we have the two lines. Now this time again you can see the shortest distance we need to find in this x upon 2, y upon 2, z upon 1. The first line and the second line we have, and you can observe here in this question what? Both are in the perfect form. There is not any kind of the interpretation is there. So we just need to follow a concept, put the value, get the answer. But in the formula, if you remember, so it is r2 minus r1 u cross v upon mod of u cross v. First of all, we need to identify what is r1, r2, u and v. And we can identify easily. I told you through your line is passing will represent with the help of r1 and r2. So here r1 vector you can say it is here 0, 0, 0, right? So now 0i, 0k. Similarly, the r2 vector you can say through your second line is actually passing, so it is passing from minus 2i and 4j and 5k. Now through your line is parallel, I'm just going to represent with the help of vector u, so which is like 2i, 2j and k. And vector v also you can say it is minus I, 8j and 4k. Simple thing. Now again we need to talk about the component. So the component is what? r2 minus r1 u cross v and mod of u cross v. U cross v, one of the thing we need to find. So this is very easy. First of all, I just want to write again the formula. So the shortest distance, again you can say it is like r2 minus r1 u cross v. Between of both we have the dot product, and in the denominator you have u cross v in the mod. So again I just want to find first u cross v. U cross v we can find it very easily. U is there, v is there. So what we should do? Just we need to follow a concept, that is I, j and k, and then 2, 2, 1, and further we have minus 184. Simple. So just we need to solve this determinant, and then you will get I, that is like 8 minus 8, 0, minus j, you will get 8 and then 1, 9, last one that is k, again you will get 16 plus 2, 18. Simple. So u cross v now we are getting, that is minus 9 into j plus 18 into k, right? So this is u cross v. Now what about mod of u cross v? U cross v mod, it is quite easy. Again that is 9 square 81, 18 square 324. So we will get square root of 405. So this is your mod of u cross v. Now just all the things we need to put in your formula, right? So come to again this distance formula, you will get r2 minus r1. So the r2 minus r1, r2 this minus this, so it is 0. So again you have to write this r2 only. So that is minus 2i plus 4j plus 5k. So now u cross v we have minus 9j plus 18k, and in the denominator we have mod of u cross v. Mod of u cross v we already solved, that is 405. So now the dot product between of these two you will get, that is 0, because there is I which is 0 here. So here only you will get 36 and which is minus and 90. In the denominator we have square root of 405. Solve this thing, you will get 54, and in the denominator we have 20.1 is the square root of this 405. Now after solving this we will get the approx value, that is 2.68. So now we need to check in which option it is. 2.68 in option number V, we can see it is in this interval, right? So the things are getting very easy once if you know the formula, if you know the concept. Rest of the things just we need to apply, especially in JEE Mains. Apply your formula, you will get the answer. Don't forget to watch the complete series. The playlist link is available in description box. Still, if you have any query or any suggestion, feel free to reach out to us through the comment section. Thank you so much and all the very best for your JEE Mains.